For years, Christmas was just another day on the calendar to me. No tree, no lights, no carols drifting through the house while someone burned cookies in the oven. I told people I didn't care about holidays, that they were commercial, overhyped. That was easier than admitting the truth. Christmas reminded me of everything I no longer had. A family, or at least the illusion of one. My mother cut me off when I was 24. Not because of drugs, not because of crime, not because I'd done anything unforgivable. She cut me off because I didn't listen. I didn't take the safe job she lined up through one of her friends. I didn't move back home after college. I didn't follow the neat, pre-written life she'd planned for me. Instead, I quit my consulting job, took my savings, and tried to build a software company out of a one-bedroom apartment with second-hand furniture and a laptop that overheated if I opened too many tabs. She told me I was throwing my life away. I told her I needed to try. That was the last real conversation we had. After that, calls went unanswered, texts left on read, birthday messages ignored. When my dad passed away 2 years later, she didn't tell me until weeks after the funeral. I found out through a cousin who assumed I already knew. That was the moment something inside me went cold. Still, every December I'd feel it, that dull ache, the what if, the tiny hope that maybe this would be the year she'd call, that she'd ask how I was doing, that she'd say she missed me. She never did. So I stopped hopping. I worked. I worked like someone with nothing to fall back on, because I didn't. The first year was brutal. The second nearly broke me. By the third, my co-founder left. By the fourth, I was sleeping under my desk some nights, convinced I'd wasted the best years of my life chasing a delusion. Then something clicked. A product pivot, a major client, then another, then a partnership I almost didn't take because I was too tired to care. By year 7, the company was profitable. By year 10, we were everywhere. Still, I didn't call my mom. Not out of spite, out of exhaustion. Rebuilding a bridge when you're the only one reaching across eventually feels like drowning. The invitation arrived in late November. A simple card, my mother's handwriting sharp, precise, controlled. Christmas dinner, December 25th, 6 p.m. No apology, no warmth, no explanation. I stared at it for a long time. I almost threw it away. But something told me to go, not for reconciliation, not for closure, just to stand in the room where I'd once been erased and see how it felt now. I arrived 10 minutes early, like I always used to. The house hadn't changed. Same wreath, same chipped step near the door, same faint smell of pine cleaner and roasted meat. My mom opened the door, looked at me and paused. Just a fraction of a second. But I saw it. She hadn't expected this version of me. I wasn't flashy. No designer labels. No watch screaming for attention. Just a tailored coat, calm posture, and the kind of quiet confidence that comes from surviving things alone. "You came," she said. "You invited me," I replied. Inside, my siblings were already there. My older brother barely nodded. My younger sister smiled politely, like we were distant coworkers, not people who once shared a childhood bedroom wall. Dinner was civil. Too civil. They talked about promotions, housing prices, school districts, safe topics, comfortable lies. No one asked about my life. No one mentioned the years of silence. My mom carved the turkey with surgical precision, avoiding my eyes. Halfway through the meal, my aunt leaned over. "So," she said brightly, "are you still doing that little tech thing?" I smiled, not exactly. My mom stiffened. "Oh," she said, "what are you doing now?" I took a sip of water, set the glass down. "I sold the company." Silence. Forks paused midair. "Oh," my sister said, "that's nice." It was a decent exit, I added casually. My mom looked up, decent how? I shrugged, about 150 million. You could hear the clock tick. My brother laughed, sharp and disbelieving. You're joking. I met his eyes. No. My mom's face drained of color. That's not funny, she said. I'm not trying to be. She stared at me like she was seeing a stranger wearing my face. You're saying, she began slowly, that the company you quit everything for is worth that. It was, I said. I sold it in October. No one spoke. I didn't gloat, I didn't smile, I didn't lean into it. I just sat there, calm, steady, breathing. Finally, my mom said, "Why didn't you tell us?" I looked at her. You didn't ask. That landed harder than the number. Her mouth opened, then closed. After dinner, she asked me to stay behind. The kitchen felt smaller than I remembered. The same light flickered above the sink. I was trying to protect you, she said quietly, by cutting me off. I didn't want to watch you fail. I nodded, so you chose not to watch at all. Her eyes filled, but I felt no triumph, just clarity. I needed you, I said. Not your approval, not your plan, just you. She reached out, then stopped. I thought you'd come back when it didn't work, she whispered. I couldn't, I said. I had nothing to come back to. We stood there, two people separated by years of silence, and a single decision neither of us could undo. I'm not here for money, I added, or forgiveness. I just wanted you to know I didn't fail. She nodded slowly, tears slipping down her face. I see that now. I left shortly after. Outside, snow had begun to fall, soft, quiet, unbothered by human drama. For the first time in years, I felt light. Not because of the money, but because I finally said what I'd been carrying alone for so long. Some bridges don't need to be rebuilt. Some just need to be seen clearly, broken, exposed, and finally understood. And sometimes, the greatest gift you give yourself is no longer needing their approval to feel whole.